Hey Sign fam, this is Grant Freking, Associate Editor of Signs of the Times, and welcome to part 2 of our 2020 Makers of Tomorrow interview series. With me today I have Chelsea Lindsey of Precision Signs in Garner, North Carolina. Good afternoon, Chelsea.
Hey.
And good morning to Phillip of Gamut Media in Fullerton, California.
Good morning, everyone.
Two people on opposite coasts today, really making it work for me, so I appreciate the both of you for battling the time zone issues and making it to me today. So thanks to the both of you. Now, as I said in the first video I recorded with River Prince and Simon Nussbaum, we as in Signs of the Times, had originally planned to honor our makers in person at the 2020 ISA Sign Expo. Now, quite obviously, the global pandemic got in the way of that, and so we pivoted to this interview series to sort of get you reacquainted with our makers, get you up to date with our makers, and sort of just talk sign making. And so my first question to you, Chelsea, is just a pretty simple one. How the heck are you, and how the heck is your business coping with all this craziness?
Crazy. Definitely really busy. We're doing a lot of coronavirus themed signs. Everybody needs signage for masks and whatnot. So it's definitely been all hands on deck, working a lot to get everything out the door into the companies that are opening back up that need the signs.
Phillip, how are things over at Gamut Media?
Some industries are getting more busy and others are slowing down. Obviously, trade shows have died out, so we're not doing any of those. But other aspects, like Chelsea said, like doing stuff for coronavirus signs and like social distancing signs, that's been picking up a lot lately.
And do you both expect those types of signage to probably last throughout the year? At least, I guess I'm guessing until maybe a vaccine comes around. It seems like no matter where you are in the country, the appetite for those types of signage is there for any sort of sign and graphics company.
Based on what I've seen so far, I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna last a little bit for a while until we find a vaccine for this.
Sure. Now, Chelsea, let's reacquaint readers with your company. And when I spoke with you in the winter, which seems quite a long time ago now, you said on your business card you have graphic designer and rap queen. Now, it's a very great description for a business card, but I don't think that even fully encompasses your duties at Precision or your company's capabilities. So educate us a little on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, that started as a joke, but everybody here really liked it, so we went with it. Everybody was always like, I would talk to them about the graphic design of their vehicles, and they'd be like, well, where's the rapper? And I'm like, right here, I can rap too. So yeah, I pretty much do all the vehicle wrapping here. I do anything computer related, all the graphic design. I run the printers. We're a small company, so unfortunately a lot of roles do fall to me, but it gets me to learn a lot of different aspects of the sign industry. So I kind of do a little bit of everything. My main is designing vehicle wraps. I do a lot of drawings for construction companies we work with, and then the day-to-day wrapping as well.
Awesome. And Phillip, you said you said your company was an all-in-one print shop. You guys design, you print, you install, but I don't think that also fully encompasses your capabilities as a company, especially given some of your celebrity clients. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I have a background in design. So I've been designing for about like 20 years or so. So I first started off as a graphic designer, and then that's how I got into the large format industry. But as a business owner, I can't just sit there and design all day. So I have to go out and meet clients and do sales. And then eventually started getting bigger clients and bigger name people. And that's how we kind of grew our business.
And you had also talked about, when we talked earlier this year, about your plans for some expansion into different areas. I'm curious of whether those plans are on hold. You said you wanted, I know more marketing diversification, things like that. So how have things changed on that front since March, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, with the whole pandemic and everything, we kind of have to slow things down and figure out what's going to happen. So right now, we're not doing anything crazy right now. So we're just kind of riding this through and see where it goes. So we're just kind of maintaining what we're doing right now and expanding other things. We're kind of putting on hold for a little bit right now.
Cool. Now, Phillip, your sign industry origins are quite interesting, and you had some humble beginnings in the business. So take us a little on a walk down memory lane, if you don't mind.
So I started Gamut Media in my parents' garage around 2009. And it was during kind of the recession and things were slow and people were like, you're crazy to start a business now, But I thought, you got to start it sooner or later. So I started it, and then eventually we had enough clients to actually move into like a small little studio. And then from there, after a year, we got even more clients and just started getting into bigger buildings. So now we're running out of like a 5,000 square foot building right now.
Wow.
And then we're doing this spot right now too. So we're looking to actually, move into another spot next year.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, when you were still operating out of the garage, one of your clients wanted a shop tour and you had to sort of talk
Yeah.
about that.
We had a deal with South Bay BMW, which was one of the biggest BMW dealerships in the US. And, they loved our design and then the way we, did our graphics. So they want to come and do a tour of our shop, but we didn't have a shop. It was in my parents' garage. And we're like, oh, no, it's okay. I know you guys are busy. We'll come to you and cater to you guys. So, yeah, that was our first big client, I think.
Well, yeah, well handled on your part there. Yeah, I might have been a little surprised on the address where they ended up there. And Chelsea, you have an interesting story as well. You were in banking for a period of time before being sort of, I guess, lured. I think it was the word you used in the story, back into the family business. So inform us about that transition, why you decided to make that transition, and sort of the self-education process you had to undergo by sort of reading books about small business, taking courses on wrapping and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I was a loan officer at a credit union. I had always grown up around the sign industry because my dad has been a hand sign painter since he was like 15.
Okay.
So it's just always been in the family. I helped a lot on jobs on the weekends, and it was just not something I wanted to do. So I was working in banking, and my parents decided they were going to open up another sign company, and they begged me to come work for them. Reluctantly, I did. So it did take it's a big transition from banking going back to the artistic side of things. So I did a lot of reading, online courses. We went to California actually and did some training as well. I've been to rap school, but I'm really glad I did. So it's turned out well.
That's awesome. Let's shift this discussion a little bit to trends in the sign making industry. And I know it's a little tough to talk about because we're in the middle of a once in a century flu epidemic right now. But before this started, what were some of sort of the trends you guys were seeing from your customers, from talking to manufacturers, vendors, sort of anything that sort of pops to mind, and things that maybe you heard pre-pandemic and things that maybe will pick up, after the vaccine comes around and things become a little bit more normal?
The industries that we noticed that are growing for us was, in California at least, it was cannabis, which is huge. So we're doing a lot of packaging and also signs for that. And during the pandemic, I noticed that the industry is not slowing down at all. It's actually growing even faster.
Okay.
So that's one industry that's helping our business really stay afloat during these times right now, what I've noticed.
Okay. Chelsea?
I have not seen that here at all, really. So
Yeah.
Totally different. Honestly, ours has always been and still continues to be the trade work. That's really what keeps us in business. I see a big trend towards the big characters on sides of vehicles and in logos. They like the cartoony look now. Everybody wants that. That's been really big for us.
Great. Now, as much as I'd love to talk with you guys for hours and hours about the industry, I'll let you go, but I can't let you go without showing off your physical Makers of Tomorrow awards that we were able to ship out this year to our winners. So if you both could pop those in front of the camera for me.
Ta-da!
Nice. Yeah, see, proof. This is just, as I say this jokingly, but these two are obviously very worthy candidates, and we were very happy to send these out to them since they were true Makers of Tomorrow. So thanks to both of you for joining me today. And dear readers and viewers, this is the end of part 2. You can find part 1 and part 2 on signsofthetimes.com and also on our YouTube page. So long, everyone.